Hey everybody, I'm Joshua Orro, the Mustang Prince, and welcome to Mustang Prince Orro Reports. Now, according to my schedule, I have 3 more Sofia the First episodes to blog this month, and with today being Sibling Day, what better episode could I look at than the one that began Sofia's second season? Airing on television on March 7th, 2014, this is Two Princesses and a Baby. Now, in this episode, Amber does not want to share another birthday with her brother James this year, so she asks Cedric to cast a magic spell that will give her and James separate birthdays so that she can celebrate the day all by herself. After the spell accidentally turns James into a baby, Sofia helps Amber realize how special it is to have a twin and work together to help Cedric reverse his spell. Now, my thoughts? Well, in my opinion, this episode was a really sweet Season 2 opener, and I really liked it. And to further explain why I do, let's move on to Mustang notes. Now, firstly, this episode's title is obviously a reference to the title of the 1987 Touchstone comedy movie, 3 Men and a Baby, and I believe that this is the second animated series that I know about that used that reference. The first being Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers in the episode 3 Men and a Booby, which is a type of bird, by the way. Plus, the moral of this episode is, it's always nice to share, especially with your siblings. Also to note, while this episode is Amber and James's first birthday shown in the series, they've apparently already had one ever since Queen Miranda married their dad. Because in the episode A Royal Mess, Miranda mentioned a tiara that she and Roland got for Amber on her birthday previously. As for the animation, well, as I said before, Toei on CGI is awesome. Starting with this episode, the animation is changed slightly. The most notable is the new vibrant tone on the characters, such as Sofia's hair appearing lighter and Amber's gown appearing duller. Also, I must mention that since this episode centers on Amber and James' sibling relationship, it almost kind of reminds me of a few of my old high school friends whom are also twins, like Braulio and Ignacio Ramirez, and Kimberly and Kristen Weber. And now, let's talk about the episode's songs. In total, there are 2 songs featured in this episode. First, there's Sisters and Brothers, sung by Sofia, while she and Amber chase baby James around the castle. To me, this is another memorable song, and believe it or not, before this episode aired on TV, I remember listening to it a lot on my iPod while I was recovering from my first leg surgery during early 2014. Plus, I find this song to be pretty similar to the Anything song from Just One of the Princes, due to Sofia singing it off screen. Speaking of which, while listening to it, I realized that the song is about Sofia teaching Amber and the listeners how special having a brother or a sister really is. The second song in the episode is called 2 by 2. Now there are 2 versions of this song sung throughout the episode. The first version is sung by James to cheer Amber up after he ate all her pancakes, and the second version is sung by Amber when baby James goes missing after Cedric retrieves his spellbook. To me, James's version is really silly and a little annoying, while Amber's version is really sweet due to the lyrics describing Amber's close sibling bond with James. Plus, it really tugs at my heart every time I listen to it. And now let's move on to the characters and the voice actors. Princess Sofia is voiced by Ariel Winter, whom was young Kairi in the Kingdom Hearts game series, Marina in Jake and the Neverland Pirates, young Trixie in Speed Racer, Marlene in the complete version of Final Fantasy VII Advent Children, Penny Peterson in DreamWorks' Mr. Peabody and Sherman, and Smurf Lily in Smurfs The Lost Village. To me, Sofia makes a great supporting character in this episode, and I like the part where she prepares golden berry pancakes with cinnamon whipped cream for the birthday twins. Also, Sofia helps Amber keep an eye on baby James and helps keep him under control until the problem is fixed. Next is her sister, Princess Amber, voiced by Darcy Rose Byrnes, whom was in Desperate Housewives, Big Shot, The Legend of Korra, and Spirit Riding Free. Now, this is the second episode where Amber plays as a main character. The first time was in Princess Butterfly, and to me, Amber may be a bit selfish due to her wanting to have a birthday all to herself, but on the other hand, she does show that she cares for James while bonding with him. Also, I thought it was nice when Amber returns James his old kazoo, which was his favorite toy that he used to blow in Amber's face many times, which made her want to hide it away from him until this episode. And I like that Amber got a pet unicorn named Lyra as a birthday present, which was originally something Amber wanted for Wessalia. Next we have Prince James, voiced by Zach Callison, but as a baby, he's voiced by Julie Dolan. To me, I think baby James is very similar to how he normally is. He's very playful and mischievous, but at the same time, the part where he blows his kazoo in Amber's face shows his sneaky side. Also, the part where he's a messy eater kinda reminds me of me when I was a 2-year-old. And the part where James and Amber have a water fight was really funny. Plus, I thought the part where James gives Amber a golden locket with a picture inside was really sweet. And I also like that James received a bicycle for his birthday. Next is Cedric the Sorcerer, voiced by Jess Harnell, aka Wacko Warner from the Animaniacs series. In this episode, Amber asks Cedric to cast a spell that will give James a different birthday, and in return, Cedric will not have to do another birthday magic show again. Unfortunately, the spell goes wrong due to Cedric's allergies to pollen. In my eyes, Cedric's role in this episode makes a pretty fun subplot due to James's dog Rex hiding his spell book in the dirt. And I like when Cedric helps Amber change James back to his normal age, and when he fixes James's kazoo. Also, I must mention that this is the very first episode where Princess Sofia says Cedric's name correctly. However, he does not really notice until the Enchanted Feast episode later on. Next we have Clover, voiced by Wayne Brady, along with Mia and Robin, voiced by Megan Strange and Ashley Eckstein. During this episode, Sophia assigns Clover to go after Rex and help Cedric get his spellbook back. After Clover fails to trick Rex into digging it up, he, along with Robin and Mia, come up with a plan to give Rex a bone in hopes that he'll lead them to wherever he buried the book. Finally, we come to James's dog, Rex, voiced by the great Jim Cummings. Now, this episode is where Rex plays a more active role, and where he speaks for his first time in the series after making brief appearances in a few previous episodes. In this episode, after James accidentally turns into a baby, Rex steals Cedric's spellbook and buries it. To me, like all dogs, Rex loves to play games, and he loves to bury bones. Plus, he is a bit goofy, and he claims that he is smarter than he looks. But, at times, Rex is also shown to be a bit forgetful. And now let's move on to my final words. Overall, Two Princesses and a Baby was a great way to start Season 2 of Sofia the First. The CGI animation is good due to the slight changes. It had a heartwarming and funny plot due to the relationship and bond between Amber and James. It has a nice moral on how being siblings is not always easy, but it's definitely something worth cherishing. Plus, the two songs were great in this episode, and Cedric's subplot was a lot of fun. As for my rating, I'll give it a full 100%. Well, that's all for now. Be sure to join me for my next blog, where Amber makes a wish upon a wishing well. Mustang Power.